Hi Barbara, this is Jennifer, and I'm going to walk you through some things you can do seated, and then we'll take a break and we'll go down onto the floor and I'll show you some exercises you can do there as well. I am starting by sitting on a chair. I'm not back against the chair back, but I'm seated so that my hips pretty much line up with my knees. My knees are going to go right over the ankles, and you want your feet firmly planted. So if you don't have a chair low enough, then you'll need to either get a telephone book or something that you can put underneath your feet. Also, it's helpful, though it's not necessary, to have something to place between the knees just because it closes the kinetic chain and gives you the awareness through the transverse abdominis. But just starting out with a Pilates breath, holding onto that ball between the knees, it's a gentle squeeze. It's not a clench, so don't feel like you have to do everything you've got right there. Sit up really tall, get up on top of those sits bones. Relax the shoulders, think about having the ears right over the shoulders, and then just let your arms hang down by the sides. Take a deep breath in through the nose. As you exhale, just nod the chin slightly and allow your shoulders to round forward without losing that pelvic stability. So you're not rolling all the way forward, you're just getting a little bit of forward flexion just through the upper portion of the spine. You'll breathe in, hold it here. And as you exhale, stack the vertebra basically through the thoracic portion of the spine, back up to the cervical. Breathe in again. And out through the mouth through pursed lips. Rounding forward. And then when you're in this position, when you breathe in, focus the breath right into the rib cage. So you're going to feel the ribs press back towards that chair back. And as you exhale, stay there. Think about closing the ribs. Think about pulling the belly button back towards the spine. Breathe in one more time. And then exhale to roll back up. We'll do that one more time. And of course, if you're feeling any pain whatsoever in your lumbar spine, stop doing what you're doing. This is not an exercise for you, but hopefully you're keeping that stability through the pelvic floor, through that whole transverse abdominis area. And those hip bones don't change position. So if you want to place the fingertips right on the hip bones and then the thumbs on the bottom rib, you'll draw the rib down towards the hips, but you're not going to draw the hips up towards the rib. So breathe in. Exhale. The belly button sinks back towards the spine. That bottom rib is coming down towards the hip, and you're getting that flexion through that upper portion of the back. And then we'll do one more inhale. And exhale to stack the vertebra right back up. From there, reach your arms overhead. Now the tendency here is to immediately do something like that. So what you want to think about is trying to stay long through the spine and just reach the fingertips to wherever you have connection through the rib cage. So if you feel yourself arch back, you know you've taken the arms too high, and you can bring them slightly in front of you. So I've got mine pretty much aiming towards where the ceiling and the wall meet. That's almost where I can feel stability through my scapula as well as not feel my rib cage pop. So from here, just draw those arms down right in front of you and then lift up in that range. So the goal here is to keep the rib cage still and to move the shoulders and feel that movement through the scapula. So you can inhale as you lift up, exhale to bring the arms right back down. Again, inhale up as you squeeze that ball just gently, not forgetting about it, and down. And if you don't have a ball, what you think about is keeping all 10 toes pressing down as well as those heels pressing down. One more time, breathe in, and then bring those arms right in front of you. Chances are the shoulders are feeling a little heavy, so place the hands down, take a break, drop the chin to the chest without changing the pelvis. One ear to the shoulder. Take the chin back down, roll to the other side. Continue to draw the navel back towards the spine, chin down, straight ahead, and then reach the arms directly in front of you for protraction and retraction of the scapula. Protracting the scapula, you reach the fingertips away, you spread the shoulder blades apart, you're going to just feel that stretch across the back, the upper back. And then draw the shoulder blades back, thinking about squeezing the shoulder blades together without creating extra tension through the neck and jaw. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale. One more time, inhale, reach forward. And then exhale, draw back. Allow those arms to drop down. Rest them on the thighs. From here, talking about pelvic floor engagement, you basically are going to squeeze everything that you're sitting on except for your glutes. So think about that pubic bone, and it's as if you've got a plunger of water and you've got one of those little syringes. And you think about drawing that syringe up towards the belly button. So pretend that that's what's happening there, and you just draw up. So where the hip bones come together, and then where the pubic bone and the navel, in that line. It's where those two lines intersect. That's what you're thinking about drawing in and lifting up. And that should create a little bit of relief through the low back by having those muscles engaged. And again, it's just a hum. It's not a clench. So maybe 25 to 30% contraction, and then you'll relax and just let everything kind of where you would normally sit. This is sort of where we actually normally go. And then get back into a nice neutral position so that you're right up on those sits bones. The spine is long. The shoulders are drawing back and slightly down without feeling like you're having to press down to create tension. You don't want that. You want to lengthen through the neck. Reach the top of the head towards the ceiling. Just feel the space being created between the vertebrae. So that's what you want to visualize, is as you breathe in, you're getting space in between each vertebra, just trying to get that relief so that you're not compressed down on the lumbar spine. A couple more things you can do in the chair. If this is painful, again, don't do it, but this is one of those exercises, stretches, that a lot of people do on the floor. It's the figure 4 stretch. So if you need help bringing that foot up, you can use your hand, or if you need someone to help you put the leg up onto your thigh. If you can get into this position, great. You want to feel the stretch through that glute. So I've got my right ankle on my left thigh. I want to feel the right glute. What you can do from this position is just lean forward until you actually feel the stretch. You may have felt the stretch as soon as you put the foot up on the thigh. And some people, especially when they have the degenerative discs, just lifting the leg creates a lot of pain. So again, pain is not good. You don't want to feel that. But just hold this stretch. Allow gravity to do its thing. You don't have to press down on the knee, but you can lean forward and just let your body weight be a little bit of extra traction. And then same thing, other side. Usually one side feels tighter than the other. So don't compare in that regard. They don't have to do the same thing. You just want to feel the stretch through that left glute this time. Left ankle on right thigh. Left foot is still flat on the floor. And then just leaning forward enough and not hunching forward. It's not about getting close to the leg. It's about staying long through the spine and leaning forward. That's going to give you that stretch through that glute. And just breathe in and out there a few times. Still thinking about drawing those ribs back. So when you breathe in, it's still through the nose, out through the mouth. And then releasing that foot down. Sit up tall. And that's it in the chair.